Hello. I wanted to give another one of these little channel update videos. So I'm making a lot of videos on drawing insects, and I think eventually I'll probably be including other videos as well on drawing other stuff. So there's a lot for me to cover and draw. So if you're wondering why I'm not like posting a video every day and it's just once a week right now, it's because I'm like making a bunch of videos that I plan to put online soon. The other thing is I do like YouTube. Don't get me wrong. It just takes a while for me to upload the videos and for them to like process before I could send them to play for the week. So like that is kind of like a bit of a chore in itself, just because of the sheer amount of time and all the descriptions and all of the citations I do. Which it's just a part of the process. I don't mean to complain about it in any way. It's just one of those things that it comes with making videos and being a YouTuber, and I understand it. But it's like, you know, I would much rather spend a good maybe 5-6 hours uploading stuff to YouTube rather than like doing it one day every day at a time. Because like more often than not, by the time I make a video, that's by the time I'm done making a video, it may be late at night. So like when it is late at night, I'm not always in the optimal mood to. Well, I'm not in the optimal mood to spend the time to upload it, or I may have to do other stuff or like get ready for work the next day, which is never a pleasant thing to do. So yeah, I just wanted to inform you of like that, because like for a while there I was posting a video every day and it was great, and you could see my progress, and I do a lot of drawing like off camera. um, I realized when I've been making the videos, I tend to make stuff I never drawn before, which I think is a great thing for me to do because it gets me in the flow of drawing one, and challenging yourself every day with a new task and learning how to break it down is something I definitely need to do more of. I think I may also draw botanicals like vegetables, fruits, plants, flowers. I think I may make videos like that as well, because I think it's very hard for me to separate insects from the environments they operate in, if that makes sense or sounds weird. Um, but yeah, that's my big plan. I also updated my application Drawsum 2 recently. I found a bug with it. I think I released a video about it, but I just wanted to say like I do a lot of testing. I have uh, I have a good deal of it, and I realized that like I think I may have said this before, but in addition to making my applications, I use all of them. So like I like to say like I eat what I make, and if there's anything I've realized about the software world, a lot of people just make and they don't eat. So if there's a bug, they're like shocked. With me, I am shocked because I'm eating it all the time, but maybe I didn't get to the vegetable portion of the plate, and I'm like, whoa, why are there why are there bugs in my vegetables? Or, I'm like, that shouldn't be possible. I eat bugs every day. I mean, I eat vegetables every day. You could tell I'm exhausted now because I like bugs, but I don't eat them. So yeah, I tend to get exhausted near the end of the day, which is a shame because that's kind of the only time I have to make videos. So I mean, I used to wake up at like 5 a.m. to work on programming and or for my applications or drawing. Like, oh yeah, that was really hard. I don't do that anymore because my work, like, so I would do that because in addition to waking up early, I used to go to work early, like really early, and I would leave early because, I mean, I would always put in my time, but they wanted me to be available during common working hours. So because of that, I pretty much on a couple days a week I do still wake up at like 5, but for the most part I work standard hours now. So I do some drawing when I wake up before I go off to work, and then when I come back home, I kind of have to warm up again to get in the flow of drawing again. But yeah, I never stop. Like I've drawn every day for years. I mean, I think there was like one day here and there I couldn't just because of life and all that. Or I was sick. Yeah, the one thing I realized is when I get sick, it's a major inconvenience because, like, your nose runs and it's like, your eyes water, and eventually it's like you can't even see where you're drawing, or like I don't want to get my screen gross. So I have run into a couple times like that in which I just did my normal practice for the day, then I had to put it down because it was impossible for me to do more drawing. But yeah, I have lots of plans, lots of videos planned. There's just a process, so for a while there, I may not be able to put a video out every day like I want to, but I do want to put out videos Monday through Friday, but I may make them a little bit in advance, just so that I could have videos out and rolling. But yeah, there's a lot of bugs to draw, so, and there always will be a lot of bugs to draw, so, and different perspectives of those same bugs, so there's something always to keep me running on the insect and arachnid bandwagon. Other than that, the funny thing was, even though I released an update for my Drawsum 2 application recently, another thing I needed to test was using subfolders, and it does work, but I realized like if sometimes certain systems will make files that begin with a period, and mostly Mac does that. So when you do that, effectively what ends up happening is those images will show in the slideshow, but they won't show what they are. Like it'll just show the file name. So I didn't push out that update yet because like I saved it in my code, but I didn't like. I'll put it this way. It takes me a good day for me to recompile the application whenever I make like a bug fix. Like I have to spend a day, and it hogs up my computers for me to compile all of the code again to before, and that's just compiling it. That's not even placing it on my Gumroad. So it's a big pain in the ass. I'll just say that. And that's just for like one application. So it's a long process. So like it's not a bug fix that I put in, but I just put like a message. So like if a user sees a file that begins with a period, it'll show the file name, and then it'll say this file may not be a file, or it'll just say please rename the file to something without that character that makes it broken. Because most files, like sometimes files with special characters are meant for like a specific purpose. There's a thing called a dot file, if you're not familiar with it. And in general, what you would do with a dot file is you would save configuration that should only exist on your computer in that file, and you wouldn't save it to any code base. And the purpose of that is to basically separate like password. Like you wouldn't want to save passwords in a place that could potentially have or like if you're working with other people, you wouldn't want your password to be shared with them. But with that, you do have other downsides. I'm going on a complete tangent with that, but the downsides to something like that is the fact that when you do that, it kind of makes the configuration special to your computer, which makes it a total pain in the ass in the event if you run into any minor hiccup in code, because it could happen. But yeah, I hope that kind of gives you a little bit of information about myself. Yeah, I haven't drawn botanicals for a long time, and I also have been thinking about drawing that I need to do on my own. Like, I think I need to do more like grinding sessions. I mean, I think when I make these videos, it does show a good grind, and I think I am learning something and I am gaining some drawing experience, but I do wonder if I should maybe even like make videos of like a grind fest of just drawing tons of bugs or drawing tons of something. If I would do that, I would probably draw from one of my books. I wouldn't want to use potential video content for like a grind session just because of the sheer amount of pain it would be to cite every source for something like that, if that makes sense. I hope. Oh, I just realized I'm definitely off with this. So I was kind of drawing a plane, and I wanted to show how wrong tool. I wanted to show how these are all going to the vanishing point. I've been slowly digesting. Oh, I was off on that. Such a pain. I've been slowly digesting the book Perspective Made Easy by Ernest Norling, and I'm just trying to really brush up on my perspective, even though it's as simple, and it's something to always keep in mind, and I'm trying to get much better at it. It's very hard, and probably it doesn't help that right now I'm drawing past what I like to call my allotted drawing time, because I realize whenever I draw past 8:30 p.m. and right now it's 8:48. When I draw past that time, my brain just shuts off, and I'm not as effective at drawing, and I make more mistakes. It's kind of like my brain checks out for the day. I've mentioned this before in so many of my videos. It's just what happens. Like, we're human. So I also kind of woke up a little bit early today, and I went to bed late. So basically, there should be a line, like this line should be going right down the middle, but I know it's going to be off because all my other lines are off. Such a pain. Oh well. The more practice, the better. Well, I mean, meaningful practice over painful long periods of time. But okay, thanks for listening. If you want me to draw a specific insect and you have the rights to it, you could always recommend it to me or ask it in the comments. But thanks for listening. So please subscribe to my channel if you're interested in my content, and ask a comment if you have a question. Bye.